Hey, how you doing, superhumans? Welcome back to our new lecture. In this lecture, we will be covering the basics of ICMP. Now, I've already covered a lot about ICMP in my ICMP overview, in the ICMP module overview only, but there are certain things that you might be overlooking when we are studying ICMP. A lot of times it happens that a lot of students complete the reading part of or completely know the ICMP, but they do not know the basic things behind ICMP. So today I'm going to cover all those basic things. The first basic thing about ICMP is that it is a network layer protocol. There is nothing to explain in this. The second thing is that ICMP messages are not sent directly. So for example, if a particular, this is the sender, this is the receiver, and R1, R2, R3. If this particular packet is being sent, if this particular router R3 has discarded the packet, then it is going to send an ICMP message. This much we already know. But this ICMP message is not sent directly in the form of an ICMP packet. This ICMP message, let's say there is an IP packet. This is an IP packet. This ICMP message is going to be encapsulated inside this ICMP packet. This ICMP message is going to be encapsulated inside this IP packet. So this IP packet, after the ICMP message has been encapsulated inside it, this IP packet is sent to the sender through these routers. First router R2 will send the IP packet containing this ICMP message to a router R2, then router R1, then it is going to send to the sender S. I hope that this much would have been clear to you. The next thing is the ICMP message or the ICMP protocol is not going to correct the error. It is just going to report the error, or it is just going to tell the sender S that I have discarded your packet, and the reason for that is this. For example, let's take this case only. For example, in this particular case, let's say that router R3 has discarded the packet. So in this ICMP message, it is going to contain the type and the reason. Type means what could be the way. Okay, I won't complicate it right now. ICMP message that I have discarded your packet and the reason behind why I have discarded your packet. This is what any router or any host that has finally received the packet and discarded it is going to tell the sender about. It is not going to correct the error. Had it corrected the error, then why would it tell the sender about it? It would just pass on the packet through the further routers so that the finally packet reaches the receiver R. It is not going to correct the error. That's why we have the mechanism of reporting the errors. So remember this thing, that ICMP is not going to correct the error, it is simply going to report the error. The fourth point is that the messages, the final message, this IP, for example, this ICMP message is contained inside the IP packet. So this IP packet is finally meant for the sender S. For example, let's say that this is sender S, this is receiver R, and this sender S sent a packet in which it is written that I am sending the packet, the initial source and the final destination, the receiver R. Okay. And these are the number of routers through which this packet will go. Let's say that this router R3 has discarded the packet. Then it is going to send an ICMP message inside the IP packet. So it is going to, let's say, send the IP packet and ICMP message is encapsulated in it. Then inside this IP packet is meant for the sender S and it is sent by router R3. So sent by meant for means final destination in this case will be the sender S, because I have to make sure that this ICMP message that I have discarded the packet reaches the sender. So over here, sender becomes the final destination for this particular packet. That's what I have written over here in this fourth point. The fifth point is, you must have already studied or would be studying about IP packets, that there are a lot of IP packets, different type of IP packets. That first is TCP, then there is UDP, then there is IGMP, then there is ICMP that you are studying right now. Now inside this IP packet, let's say that this is an IP packet. Inside this IP packet, there is a particular field that we call as IP protocol field. I hope that this much is really very clear to you. In this protocol field, to indicate that this particular IP packet is a type of ICMP packet, is containing the ICMP message, we put the value inside this protocol field as 1. So whenever any router is going to receive this IP packet with the IP protocol field set to 1, it is going to identify that this particular IP packet is containing an ICMP message. I hope that up till here would have been very clear to you. These are the really basic points of ICMP which are commonly overlooked by a lot of students. Now I have quickly revised it. First is it is a network layer protocol. The second thing is the ICMP message is encapsulated inside the IP packet and then the transmission happens. The third thing is ICMP message is not going to correct the error. It is going to report the error. The reason for that is the mechanism is made just like this. Had it been made for correcting the error, then why would it report to sender? If this receiver, let's say R3, corrects the error, then why would it report to the sender that I have corrected the error? There is no need for that. It would have just sent the packet further. This does not happen. What happens is it does not correct the error. It just reports the error to the sender is that I have discarded the packet and you have to send it again or do whatever you want to do. The fourth point is that whenever we are going to discard the packet, we are going to send an ICMP message and this ICMP message will be encapsulated inside this IP packet and this IP packet will be meant for the sender S. So the final destination that this particular IP packet will be containing is of the initial sender whose packet was discarded. Okay, the fifth point is to identify that a particular IP packet is containing ICMP message. We set the protocol field of the IP packet to 1. I hope that up till here would be very clear to you. With this, I end this lecture. Bye.